Alright, here we go. 2024 SDCC Hatake Kakashi, the famed copy ninja of the Leaf, Konoha's 6th Hokage, and the 3rd entry in the SH Figuarts Narutop 99 subline. Just to keep everybody up to speed for all of our new viewers and collectors, the Narutop 99 poll is a worldwide popularity contest where you vote for the most popular Naruto characters from the original manga. The winner, Minato, in my last review, was featured in a one-shot manga drawn by Kishimoto, and the top 20 characters were featured in a special group shot portrayed slightly different to how they appeared in the anime. Naruto got a Narutop 99 flag, Sakura got a giant axe of awesomeness, Minato got a special 99 Rasengan, and Kakashi, our main man for this review, received 2 very cool tri-bladed shuriken. But before we move forward, a very special shout out to the LA Explorer and another very good mate of mine who chose to stay anonymous for privacy reasons. This review couldn't have happened without the both of you, so thank you so very much for hooking me up with Kakashi and Goku, which is already up on the channel, so make sure you check out the review too if you haven't already. I'll have the LA Explorer's links in the description, but again, thank you guys, I am eternally grateful. So I think Kakashi is probably the least complicated out of the figures we've gotten from the Narutop 99 line. Minato is pretty much a brand new figure. Sakura and Naruto, whilst sharing the exact same body as the original Shippuden releases, came with quite a few new faceplates and accessories. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining. I'm a huge advocate for the phrase simple is best, and I think that's the best way to describe this release. Aesthetically, the bright green vest compared to the original more khaki military green is going to stand out the most, but Kakashi also gets a black outfit as well compared to his darker greyish blue uniform from the original. The red Uzumaki motifs on his shoulders and back are also brighter red this time, and the brown pouch on his back is ever so slightly a different shade of brown. Everything else, from his iconic spiky white hair to the skin tone, is pretty much the same, which I guess if you wanted to swap out some parts, you could, but the black and blue uniforms wouldn't necessarily match up. For this release, we get 5 options for faces, 2 masked down and 3 masked up, as opposed to the 6 options we got with the original. As I mentioned earlier, the only new faceplate we get is the one looking off to the side with his mask down. He has his Sharingan face that's based on the Narutop 99 artwork, but everything else is from the original release, -1. The reds on the Sharingan this time are a little brighter, which I think makes a huge difference. I was sitting there looking at both releases for ages, like an idiot, but the brighter reds definitely make the Sharingan eye pattern so much more easier to see. Anyway, top-notch printing, no bleed, no fuzziness, good stuff. Alright, let's take a look at the articulation, starting with Kakashi's head. So, he's got this collar here that does kind of restrict the articulation for the head movement, but all things considered, he does look up pretty good actually, and that's because the collar piece here it's kind of like a floating piece, so it does move, it does have a little bit of leeway when it comes to, you know, movement. It's not actually stuck onto his body. Well, it is stuck onto his body, but it is stuck onto the body in a way that gives it, you know, a little bit of movement, which is good. It is a solid plastic piece. I think it would have been better to make it, you know, a softer, maybe a softer, you know, rubbery plastic piece. But, you know, it is what it is, and it still works pretty well. And I think, you know, it's something that they did think of when they engineered Kakashi. So, yeah, he does look up pretty good. He looks down just as well. I like that. And you do have some really good head tilt, left and right. And side to side is probably the, you know, the bit of articulation that's most restricted, going left and right. But again, you know, it's not bad. So again, collar piece here is connected to the back of his body here. I think it's a ball joint, could be wrong, but it feels like a ball joint, and it does have a little bit of leeway. Shoulders are great. They move up way past 90 degrees, which is fantastic. You do get 360 there, rotation. Bicep swivel, great. Really good double elbows. I like that. And swivel and a wrist hinge. Really good hinge there with the hands. So for butterfly joints, Kakashi can bring his arms inward. Not the greatest, but there is some movement there. Going back, the way that the back is sculpted there is going to hinder backward movement. So it's pretty average in terms of your, I guess, butterfly joint movement. For the torso, you get a decent crunch going forward and pretty good going back as well. You do get a left and right tilt. Really good, actually. And you do get an okay waist twist. It's not as good as I would like it to be. And I think it's because of this lower vest floating piece here. It is made from a hard plastic. Again, would have been nice, you know, to be made of something a little bit softer, something a little bit more malleable. But yeah, not the best waist twist here. At the back, he does have a pouch, and that's on a ball joint, and that's probably why they made it a hard plastic. Kakashi kicks forward really well. Not too much going back because of the sculpted butt piece here. We do get really good double knees. You get a nice thigh cut and a fantastic spread. Not quite 180, but that's pretty close. And because this is the Naruto line, we do have a calf cut, which is nice. And the ankles here are on a ball joint, which is fantastic too. I love this bit of articulation. Just gives you that extra bit of, I guess, bend or, you know, swivel. Really cool. The feet do go down and up really, really well, as you would need. A toe hinge and some really, really good ankle pivot. So yeah, you know, just your standard Naruto line articulation. Really, really good stuff, and it kind of varies from figure to figure. But for Kakashi here, I guess the only limiting bit of articulation again is probably the waist and the collar, but everything else works fantastically. And yeah, Kakashi is really good fun to pose around. I love having a ton of accessories for my figures, but it can also sometimes be overwhelming when you're doing a review like this. Just like the original release, Kakashi comes with a ton of hands, a couple of fists for some ninja punching action, a set of jutsu hands for all your jutsu posing needs, a pair of relaxed hands for everything else a shinobi does, a couple of open palm finger spread out hands, a set of Rasengan hands or Rasengan not included, a pair of Kancho or Thousand Years of Pain hands, a left hand for revealing Kakashi's Rasengan, and of course a pair of hands to hold these badass looking tri-bladed shurikens. And here they are. I'm sure they have a special name for these shuriken, so if anybody knows, let us know in the comments. But it's a 3-bladed circular type shuriken with the 99 logo in the middle, and Kakashi just holds onto them with the power of friction. He holds onto them pretty securely, but you just gotta get them in that sweet spot. I'm always down for more weapons with our shinobi, and these look really, really good. I think most people won't be too upset with this being an event exclusive unless you're a completionist or if you really just like the Narutop 99 stuff that's been coming out, which I do. And as much as I love the new colors and the new badass looking shuriken, for your casual Naruto line collectors, this one doesn't sting as much as Goku does. If you ask me which I'd rather have, I think 9 times out of 10 I'd go with the original, not because this release is bad, but I feel the original encapsulates Kakashi as a character more. Basically, you're choosing between the Icha Icha Paradise novel and the Shuriken, and I think most collectors would go with the novel. Like Minato and the rest of the Naruto figures, there really isn't anything about Kakashi except that it's harder to get your hands on, if you want it, that I dislike. The original 2.0 Kakashi is a fantastic figure, one of the best in the revamped Naruto line, and I'm really enjoying the Narutop 99 releases as well. I think the next one will probably be the most interesting. Itachi is not just a new figure, but it also is the first in the line to get a cloth goods as well. And I have a feeling that if Tamashii play their cards right with Itachi, it'll probably make a lot of top 10s this year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know I said that I'd have an archive review up next, but I'll probably be taking a look at the new Monkey D. Luffy, the romance something or other after the summer break. Yep, it's Obon holidays here in Japan, 9 days of summer loving freedom. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. I'll be back after I'm all rested up. Stay cool out there, remember to do your push-ups, and as always... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I said I'd have an archive review up next, but I'll be taking a look at the new Monkey D. Luffy after the summer break. Yep, it's Obon holidays here in Japan, so that's 9 days of summer loving freedom. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. Stay cool out there if it's summer where you are. Remember to do your push-ups, and as always...
よろしく